everyone, and welcome to the Political Job Interview, where I interview candidates running for election. I'm Kala, the host, and today I take on the role as the boss, giving a job interview to today's candidate, Julia Kole. Julia is running for election to the House of Commons as the NDP candidate for Mississauga Lakeshore. Thank you, Julia, for your time, and thanks for joining me today.
Thank you so much, Vincenzo. It's wonderful to join you here on this Friday morning.
Well, it's great to have you, and without further ado, let's get this job interview started.
Sure.
So as with any good job interview, I'm going to start off with an opportunity to learn more about Julia. So the first question, Julia, is just tell me a bit about yourself and your story.
Wonderful. Happy to do so. Thanks for giving me the opportunity. So as a lifelong resident of Mississauga, I have a great love for our city. Growing up here with my family, I have much to be thankful for and to be humbled by. We lived in middle-class neighborhoods filled with diversity, safe streets, access to green spaces, fantastic schools, and lots of activities to participate in. But we also did have our challenges. My twin sister, Jocelyn, she was born with cerebral palsy, and she was wheelchair-bound all of her life. She needed much assistance, and I developed from a very early age patience, empathy, caregiving, and an awareness of the limitations that are faced by people with disabilities. Now, the whole family would accommodate our lives to ensure that she was healthy and as happy as she could be. We were happy to do so. And, putting others before myself is just something I have always done and that I will always do. Now, I have been absolutely in love with nature since my earliest memories. Going to the Girl Guide of Canada program brought me out camping, interacting with the outdoors with my friends, and I absolutely thrived in this experience. I became an environmentalist. I joined green clubs at my universities that pushed for sustainable practices on campus and worked on conservation and restoration projects. I also worked as an environmental educator for a time down at a national park in Ohio in the United States. And that's where I would get school children very excited about the natural world. And I would teach them how interconnected we all are with nature. And then I began work for Credit Valley Conservation Authority, where I was fortunate enough to work in nature as one of their key staff organizing public events. So I connected people from Mississauga, Brampton, Caledon, Orangeville, and beyond to some of the many green spaces that we have here in and around the GTA. And this work was something that brought me great joy, and the CVC community is absolutely outstanding. Now, through my university studies and through work, I became more aware of decisions being made provincially and federally when it came to the environment and social programs. But these decisions were leaving people behind and leaving much to be desired when it came to climate action, investment in sustainable industries, and the availability of social programs to support Canadians. So I recognized that to be a part of the positive change I wanted to see, I had to bring my passion up to the federal level. And so the NDP is the party who reflects my values and vision for Canada that I want to see for myself, my friends, my family, and my community. So it's a Canada where no one gets left behind, where people and the planet are prioritized over profits. So here I am running in a federal by-election for Mississauga Lakeshore.
So on that, you touched on a bit of it, but why have you decided to run for this election? Why did you decide to throw your hat in for the by-election? Why Mississauga Lakeshore? Why now? Why NDP? Why?
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, I'll backtrack to kind of explain what brought me to that decision. So from a very early age, I've been participating in democratic ways of governance, getting involved in student government from elementary school to post-secondary. It was a way to lend my ideas, my networks, and my energy to the betterment of our student community. So, to use my voice and my passion for social environmental justice and to help make impactful, positive changes was an amazing opportunity, and I loved it. And I was encouraged by my community members to run even before the opportunity to run federally even presented itself. So it was always an idea that many people had. People had dreams for me, and they already had the plan. And I guess I had to wake up to that dream one day and go along with it. And the community of Mississauga Lakeshore, like many GTA communities, is experiencing exponential increase in cost of living. From unaffordable food and fuel prices to skyrocketing housing costs, many of us are struggling to get by. And that's across the board, all ages, all income levels, everyone is feeling it. In addition to that, the changing climate will continue to impact Canada. And yet we're moving at a snail's pace towards sustainability and better protection of our planet. So these issues are affecting people across generations and lifestyles, and now everyone is worried about the future. They want to feel safe, they want to feel secure, and they want to know that there's a government looking out for them, looking out for our country, and of course, looking out for the planet. So that's why I'm running to be the member of parliament from Mississauga Lakeshore with Jagmeet Singh and the NDP. I do know that the only party out there right now is the NDP that has a proven track record for fighting to make communities like ours more livable and more affordable. We understand the best way forward is to make a more sustainable Canada is to do it fiscally. In terms of making a sustainable Canada fiscally, socially, and environmentally, so kind of in a holistic view, it's to put people and planet before profit.
Let's take a bit of time now to talk about this job and what you bring to it. So I know you touched on this a bit at the beginning, but maybe specific to the job of an MP, what experience do you bring to the job of an MP that is important that you want to bring to the House of Commons?
Yeah, definitely. And there's some direct experience there that I've had even just recently. So, as a constituency assistant to a member of provincial parliament up in Brampton, I saw firsthand the need for things like universal dental and drug coverage, real action on climate change, and solution to the housing crisis, issues that Jagmeet Singh and the NDP are fighting for and delivering on. So, with that experience, I know what's required to run an efficient, supportive, and welcoming constituency office. It should be a place where people want to come for support, for resources, to find compassion, and run by an entire team that is willing to listen. So that's the standard I expected from myself as a constituency assistant, and that's what I would continue to inspire in my entire team running in Mississauga Lakeshore. I also recognize that to be an effective MP, you have to be in tune with what your community needs are. So that means participating in a variety of organizations, events, fundraisers, and volunteering. That's all very important to me. So, like, I love joining the Heritage Mississauga's neighborhood walks, where we got to walk around and learn the history of our local spaces, to learning more about Indigenous ways of knowing with the Eagle Spirits of the Great Waters organization down in Port Credit. And I'm proud to be a coordinator of Green Drinks Mississauga, which is a social networking group that brings people who are eco-minded together to collaborate and get inspired. So having such a variety of experiences with different community groups helps me to understand what their needs are, or helps me identify any ways to strengthen and improve their efforts. I very much enjoy bringing people together, introducing new ideas, figuring out how people and entities can collaborate to the betterment of all. And so that is a lot of what being an MP is all about. It's connecting with your community, it's finding out what their needs are, it's taking a lead to find solutions, and it's to be a part of the changes or improvements to make Canada a better place. So the ability to give myself to others, to causes, and to the planet is kind of what wakes me up and drives me forward every day, and certainly what drives me to this potential position.
So I know in Mississauga Lakeshore, there's still a lot of uncertainty about this by-election, when it's going to be. It hasn't been called yet. Well, at least at the time of this filming, hasn't been called yet. We know it's coming. We just don't know when. So, and not all the parties have put forward their candidates. But besides that, I wanted to ask you, what do you think would set you apart from the other candidates? And just in general, what sets you apart as a candidate yourself, running? What sets you above others?
Yeah, thanks for that question. And I had to ask some other people as well to kind of get that opinion outside of myself, because there's the version that you think you are, and then the version that other people see you as. But across the board, there's that genuine connection with people. And I would say that I have demonstrated this whenever I meet people at the door, over the phone, or at events, even just coming together for things, going on right now provincially. Now, whether it's the first door or the 100th door, I absolutely love meeting new people, and I love hearing their stories. I want to know about their successes, their challenges, and their dreams. And I'm very determined to make it known that the NDP is a party for the people, made up of an incredible group of people working hard to ensure everyone's lives is, the life that they want, a life that people certainly deserve. I also want to make it known that my passion for climate justice and sustainability is unwavering, and that's not going to be compromised. That's non-negotiable. We're in a global society, and we're at a point where climate action must happen now. It must be genuine, it must be robust, and we must all participate. The people of Mississauga Lakeshore, they take pride in the green spaces. They get outside, they walk around, like they go to the lakeshore. They make effort to lower their carbon and to switch to lower carbon lifestyles. So they need an MP and a government who will support and encourage their efforts. So the NDP and I will do this as we take our role as stewards of Canada very seriously and also very respectfully.
Part of serving as an elected official is serving those people who elect you. So in your case, serving the people of Mississauga Lakeshore. So a few questions about how you want to serve the people of Mississauga Lakeshore. So what's something that the constituents that the people in Mississauga Lakeshore need that you want to get done if elected and that you want to get done if you are sent to Ottawa as their MP whenever the election is?
Sure. And I think one very startling thing that I've discovered since I started campaigning way back in August is that it's been clear that there needs to be like an invigoration and there needs to be more inspiration towards active engagement in federal politics. So 90% of the residents that I'm talking to, even right now, after months, are still not aware of the upcoming by-election. They are not aware that they have lacked federal representation since May. It's something that is a new concept and a new idea to them, and that's not right. I feel like that definitely needs to change. Decisions are being made in Ottawa, and Mississauga Lakeshore's voice has not been a part of that discussion, and the community doesn't know about it. And so I want to bring genuine public engagement back into this role of public service and back into, making decisions on that federal level. So that means, bringing voices together from all community members, from all neighborhoods, from all ages, from all industries, and all types of employment and lifestyles. We need to bring everyone back to the table and get back to that true form of democracy where it is everyone taking part and, a leader is just summarizing and making concise that voice, but it's still the community voice. So when we achieve these open lines of communication, the NDP and I can help Canada find solutions to the big issues that we are all worried about. We can address the grocery and gas affordability. We can tackle the housing crisis. We can implement real action on climate change. And when we communicate together and we work together, then I can bring those ideas up to Ottawa. I can bring the responses and the solutions back to people's doorsteps for awareness and discussion, and just make them feel like they're participating in, the government that they're electing, a government that makes decisions on all aspects of their lives. They have every right to have a say and to determine, where Canada is going. And I want to be that connection for them again.
And finally, I wanted to ask you, what's one accomplishment that you've achieved that demonstrates why you'll be a good elected official if the people choose you?
Oh, and it's so difficult to just pick one. And I think it's really more so a continuation. So like my accomplishments to date serve as steps to a continuous goal. And that is to just keep using my talents and abilities to make the world around me the best it can be. It's not really a definitive accomplishment, but rather like that string of successes that really keep pushing me forward and kind of build that momentum and confidence, knowing that I'm on the right path. But to give some like concrete examples, so being the president of the Business and International Club at my university gave me practice in leadership roles while being able to grow these communities on campus. And then things like receiving certification to teach environmental education, it affirmed my ability to help people of all ages and backgrounds understand the importance of our natural world. And then working for CBC, pulling off big seasonal events like the Maple Syrup Festival, it confirmed my ability that I can be organized, resourceful, work effectively under pressure, and deliver great experiences to the public. And then, most recently, my nomination as the NDP candidate in the 2022 provincial election, and now a repeat nomination in this federal by-election, is giving me so much confidence and experience, and really proving that I'm on the right path. And the experience of running a campaign and promoting a vision of leadership is certainly challenging. It's exciting. It definitely tests all aspects of who you are, who you want to be, test your quick cooking abilities for sure. But that's all part of this journey and this process that I'm on. And I've honestly loved the experience. I am absolutely honored to be up for election again. And if I am elected, I will make a commitment to the people of Mississauga Lakeshore. I'll give it my best. I'll be a champion for our community at the national level, and I'll definitely demonstrate the amazing values and the abilities of the NDP team.
Thank you, Julia, so much for joining me today.
Oh, thank you so much. This is a great opportunity.
Well, it was great having you, and I'm sure the viewers have enjoyed hearing what you have to offer to them. So if you liked hearing what Julia Kole had to say and live in Mississauga Lakeshore, you have the opportunity to vote for her on Election Day. So Election Day, as of right now, isn't set right now. So make sure to check with the local election officials and check with Elections Canada as more info comes out about this by-election. So stay tuned there for more details on how you can vote in this by-election when it's time. Now, Julia, if people want to get in contact with you, how can they get in contact with you?
Yes, thanks. Multiple ways. I do run all of my own socials. I run my own email, so you will be getting me. So you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all at Julia Kole. That's with a K, so Kole NDP. So just at Julia Kole NDP, and then of course my website juliakole.ndp.ca, and then emailing me at julia.kole@ndp.ca. So lots of ways that you can reach out, certainly. And I welcome the conversation. I welcome the questions. And I'll definitely keep the community updated on when the election is going to be and how and where they can vote.
So to stay updated, make sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at BCProductions25. Check out my website, VincenzoCalla.com. Make sure to like, subscribe, and choose to get notifications here on YouTube. The Political Job Interview is a VCalla production. So until the next video, I'm Vincenzo Calla, signing out.